guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm at another new location that's pretty local to me, which is RSPB Fowlmere, and today's a bit of a reconnaissance to be able to see what's here and what's not here. The weather was absolutely beautiful in Bishop Stortford this morning, but as I've driven down to Royston, it's got a little bit grim, a little bit overcast, so let's hope that clears up a bit. But what's interesting to see with this reserve, it's pretty much a reserve in the making, and they're putting a lot of work and effort into the place. You can see we've got like one of these French European toilets for male and females, which is nice. Always nice to see people putting a bit of effort into things. Well, so far looks like we've got a little bit of reed beds, quite a few squirrels about. For such a small reserve, this must be a hell of a upkeep, and they must have a lot of staff to be able to maintain it, because everything is just woodwork here. They've really put an awful lot of work into it. It reminds me of Rain and Marsh. This Fowlmere is definitely a really big area for what I would class as a small reserve. With it being in the area that it is, there's lots of countryside around here, and obviously this habitat has been adapted here, especially for waterfowl. When I was talking about the rain this morning, even if it had been hammered down with rain, it wouldn't have bothered me, because at the moment my enthusiasm for photography is at an all-time high. And I was thinking to myself, am I doing this for the YouTube channel to be able to make sure that I've got lots of content for the viewers and try and build a channel up? But I know that for a fact that that's not really my aim. What it actually is to improve my photography and visit a lot more different places and see a lot more wildlife. This is the area where we've got the nesting box where the owl is, and one day I'm definitely going to come through either very early in the morning or late at night to get a viewing of these birds. You can actually see that this owl's really woke up now.
She's rising.
And it's only now since lockdown that I've realised that I'm enjoying the photography. I initially started off with a Canon D4000 because at that time it was more landscape that I was actually doing, and I had a lot of success with the landscape photography. And it's like when you go fishing to the same spot all the time, you get to know the techniques. But I really feel that the challenge is in wildlife photography, and it is. I've still yet to achieve that perfect composition on the bird of choice. I've managed to achieve some really nice photographs, but not of the subject that I actually want to photograph. And the thing is, because I've only just got back into bird life in a big way, I realise that I don't even know the species anymore. And that's probably because I lived 32 years in South Africa. Only came back to the UK in 2004. And only since I retired that I realised that nature's always been a big part of my life. And that's what I want to do, is be able to find lots of different locations with lots of different species. But I look at it that the East Herts area that I'm actually in, within an hour's drive, I've got every single bird from goldeneye to goosander, smew, kestrels, hen harriers, marsh harriers, and now it's just a matter of being able to get out there on the right day to be able to photograph it. One of the things that I was really pleased with 2 weeks ago was getting a great spotted woodpecker, and I finally achieved to be able to get the great spotted woodpecker, but not the composition that I wanted because it was on a bird feeder. So we're never satisfied, guys. That's the thing, and that's what keeps us going. As soon as I took the photograph, really pleased with the photograph, and I says to myself, why couldn't that been on a tree pole? But anyway, what we're doing now, we're going to the Marsh Hide, and from the Marsh Hide, hopefully we're going to be able to get some nice photographs of Marsh Harriers, probably common buzzard, and hopefully get some video shots as well. And this is one of the species that I've had no luck with. Even on Sunday, the friend that I was with had some great pictures of the Marsh Harrier, and I was stuck with one that was in poor light. And I says to myself, Paul, you've got to get out there again and try better. And that's what I'm doing. So let's see what the outcome's going to be. Just look how crystal clear this water is. You don't see that many times, especially with the amount of rain that we've actually had. As I'm walking down this little brook here, just seen a little Cetti'e Warbler milling around and going at the same pace as what I was doing going down here. And that's one thing about a Cetti'e Warbler, they can really move, and they never stop in one place. They are constantly moving around. But by the looks of what I got on the back of the camera, looks like I got a couple of images anyway, which is good. And what's actually happened while we've been walking around the reserve, it's actually been quite quiet. I went into that marsh hide that I was telling you about, quite a few people around, and never really had the chance to be able to make a video. But these things happen at the best of the time. And the thing is, it started getting really cold inside of there, so I decided to come for a bit of a walk. I thought that was a snake that was in the river, but it's not. And it was nodding its head up and down like that. But all it was a piece of wood that had caught on the ripples. So it hasn't been the day that I actually expected. I thought I'd be able to see a lot more, but you can never give up on photography or wildlife. Got really cold inside the marsh hide, and I says to myself, God, I've got to go for a bit of a walk. And I thought I would actually stick around the marsh hide because the weather's beautiful outside, sun shining, getting quite a bit of cloud, but nothing too bad. So I says to myself, let me have a walk right round the reserve. So anyway, it's paid off going into this area here along this brook. And as I was saying, this is one of the clearest brooks I've ever seen, and there's a lot of water streaming through here, so it must be well filtrated from the reed beds, and the water's actually flowing, so they must be getting a constant stream from somewhere. I haven't been able to see or get any information from the visitor centre that they've got, because it's a very small visitor centre. All it is like a little hut, and nobody's been manning it while I've been here on the 2 occasions. But I'm sure I'll get a lot more information as things go along. But I'd like to find out where the water comes from, whether it comes from Thames water or whatever. But all this water, as I say, is absolutely crystal clear. And we've had a lot of rain, and it's really surprising. What I was saying just now was, it's always nice to get local information. So I was speaking to a couple that was inside the hide, and they were telling me that the water that comes from here is actually from chalk streams, and apparently a good couple of years ago they used to grow watercress here. Now what happened just now, just as I was about to take this video, I saw a couple of deer, and the deer was so light in colour it was hardly recognisable. It was only when it moved that I noticed it for the first time. I'd love to have gotten a shot of that. Well, that last half hour was a lot of fun. It's been a really quiet day today, all around the reserve. So I stopped off about 2 o'clock and I says to myself, let me go have some lunch and then come back and do an evening session. And I'm so pleased that I have. As you can see from the video footage, we've got the barn owl hunting, we've got him inside the box, and then we've got the male and the female Marsh Harrier as well. Real dividends, and it just goes to show, if you put the hours into something, you're going to get results. I'm really happy with what's happened today. I've really battled to be able to get good shots even of the Marsh Harrier, and I haven't just walked away with some photographs, I've actually walked away with a bit of video. So really good. It's about 4:30 now. I'm going to wait till 5:30 before it really starts to get dark. And there's actually 2 barn owl boxes here, as you've actually seen from the footage that I've shown today. Now, where we've seen the barn owl now is actually at the marsh hide, and I'm going to give it another half hour, see what happens at the marsh hide, and then walk down to the other box where I've seen the owl inside the whole day, and see if we can actually get any footage of him, either inside or outside or doing a bit of hunting. Anyway guys, I hope you've enjoyed the footage today. Please, if you have enjoyed it, give it a like and then subscribe as well, and then you can also click the notifications, and then the next time that there's another video you'll be able to see what comes along. So anyway, thanks very much for joining me, and hope you enjoyed Fowlmere.